guys, and welcome back to another week of the House of Eleganza. This week topic is any tips, tricks, or advice we can give you guys for any cross-dressers, drag queens, androgynous boys, or just females just looking for anything like that. So I will give you 5 of my tips. Actually, I'll give you 5 tricks and 3 tips, alright? Okay, so let's start. My first trick from when I'm doing my makeup is because I get so many questions about my makeup and stuff. As you guys can see, my face looks very dewy. I know you can't really see very good because of this low quality computer that I want to kill. But you may see it's very dewy. But if you guys actually saw me in real life, my face is really matte. I do put on powder. And the reason why my face looks very dewy is not because I use the shimmery powder, I also use that, but it's because I use 2 different primers for my face. I use the Face Prime by Victoria's Secret. It comes like this. It is both a makeup primer and a setting spray. So I use it as my makeup primer and then my makeup setting spray. So I use it right as I begin and right after I finish. The other one that I use is the Almay Smart Shade. This is such a good primer. It perfects and corrects any like redness or anything that you guys have like that. I've been using that for a while and I've been using it so much, and this is probably like my second bottle. But the first bottle I got from a cousin of mine, and I absolutely am in love with both of these primers. I tried using the MAC one, but I didn't really like it. But that's one of my tips, one of my tricks, sorry, for my makeup. So let's get on with trick 2. Trick 2. So as you may see that so many drag queens have really long lashes. As for me, I like to keep it somewhat natural, but today I have my drag queen lashes. They're really long. What you guys can do is, one of my tricks for having when I do a show or something and I want really, really long lashes is I buy different or full. If you want full lashes, this works as well. If you guys want full lashes, you guys, for example, they sell some eyelashes that are long but they're really thin. So this is my trick to having thick, full, and long lashes. I grab the lashes that I have obtained. So it's probably your long one, your long skinny, then your medium one, and then your small ones. So what I do is I first put on one eyelash, then the other, and then the other. So I stack them together, but I put them on the same lash line so they all combine into one line. So when I take them off, it's basically a new eyelash, and I just keep reusing that. And if I want them thicker, I just keep putting on more. I have never exceeded the limit of 3, but I have tried 4, but it just looks too chunky, and I need to make my eyeliner really, really fat if I'm gonna wear 4. But that's what I do for thick, long lashes. If you guys, for any of you guys who have really thin, fake false lashes, and you guys want to make them more full, just stack them on together and pile that mascara on top of it, and I promise you it will look fabulous. So let's go with trick 2. Trick 3 is, I'm pretty sure most drag queens do this. They use Ben Nye so to do the eye area, but for my eyebrows, when I'm covering them up, I use the Manron Clown White. It is very thick, pasty sort of thing. I don't think you can see it because my camera's really dumb. It's a really thick, pasty sort of thing. So when I am going to cover my eyebrows, I put on the glue stick, and then I pile this on top of it. And what that does is basically gives you a clear, really nice canvas. I don't use wax only because when I do use wax, I have to keep reapplying it, and it melts away under the heat lights when I'm performing and stuff. So I use that, and then I just powder on top. And after that, I just redraw my eyebrows. And yeah, that's my 3rd trick. So now for tips. Now for the tips. So I'm going to give you guys 3 tips for transgender, cross-dressers, androgynous boys, and drag queens. So one of my tips is for the cross dressers. When you guys are doing cross dressing, if you guys are going to be wearing a full bodysuit, make sure to get one of those tights that cinch in your waist, because I've been noticing when I watch videos of cross dressers and they do use full body things, or it covers your stomach. If you're wearing like a long shirt and then your pants, wait, get a waist cincher, like some tights that cinches in your waist. That way you get more of a feminine figure when you're wearing your shirt, because every single time I look at a video, they put on the shirt and the pants, but they still have the block shape of a man. So if you're going to be doing cross-dressing and or you're a transgender and you have a very bulky body, I suggest you get a waist cincher, like a corset sort of thing. Either that, or you can just get the tights, because the tights usually fit for me, because that cinches in my waist like, oh my god, like I am half suffocated. But that works for me. Just get some tights, and that should wear at least 3 pairs, enough to get you that feminine body. As well as balance out your boobs with your hips if you're being a cross-dresser. If you want to go for a full-time cross-dresser, like beautiful and whatnot, or you're a transgender and you're getting to that area, balance out your boobs with your hips, as well as your shoulders with your hips, because I've been noticing that there is some cross-dressers and some transgender people here in Arizona. I'm not going to say where I'm from, but I have seen some around. And their boobs usually do not match when they try and create that beautiful, like really model-esque look. Their boobs are usually way too big for their body, and their hips are really, really tiny. Or you can do the opposite, like your boobs can be B cups and your hips can be fairly big, just as not too exaggerated, because you do give it off that you're a man if your boobs are overly huge or if your hips are too big. Like, there must obviously be some foam in there or some chicken cutlets up in here, because girls don't have it that naturally big and then have the smallest little freaking butt cheeks ever and hips, because it just doesn't make sense. The reason why it's that females have such big hips is because their hips are our hips are like this, guys are like this, and female hips are more flat, because it's so that they can give birth to children. And that's the reason why drag queens put on hip pads to, because our legs don't get that beautifully done and our waist isn't like females. That's why we put on hip pads, so we can create that illusion of nice hips. That's why we balance out our boobs as well with them. As for me, I am a very fishy drag queen, I'd like to say, but I do go out like this. When I'm feeling just lazy, I put up my hair, I put on some eyeliner, eyelashes, and bam, I'm leaving. Only because I do have a really feminine face, so I can put on very less makeup and still look really, really girly. As a boy, without any makeup or anything, I do look very, still as a guy, but just as a gay boy. It sort of seems like I'm an androgynous boy. But yeah, that's basically it. Like, I think that's all the tips I can give you guys, because I've probably ran out all the tips I'm not supposed to give you guys. Well, I usually, when girls come up to me and ask me for tips, or other drag queens that I know and come up for tips and I don't like them, I usually just lie to them. I'm just like, when they're like, oh, how do you get your boobs so big? Like, I've been trying to create my cleavage and I'm really skinny like you. I'm just like, wear more bras and get bigger chicken cutlets. Like, I lie to them. Like, I feel like it's competition, and I feel like I can trust you guys. So if any of you drag queens that ask me for, advice and you're watching this, I'm really sorry. But that's basically my video for this week, for my drag tips and advice. So, you guys already know what the deal is. See me next week. Bye, guys.